like died. That's why it's called the family tree. So it's like a curse that was put on them. There's no real story, I don't think. I think they say the story out through the game, but the game has updated since I last played it. So like the new intro, that's why I hit new game, and you know, I always like test out a game a little bit before I play it. So yeah. So yeah, if you do not like emotional stuff, I suggest not watching this. And if there's a lot of noise, there's like a cat in a box next to me. Yes, you heard that right. I'll see if I can get that as the front cover. Ow, okay. Let me get ready to start. It's really loud, so let me turn down some of the sound. I'm not sure if the music is copyrighted, so, like... Radio... music, there. I'm gonna have it in the background, just so, like, I'm sort of talking over it, so then I don't think I'll get copyrighted. I'm just not... Okay. Oh, let me put my mic closer to me so you guys can hear me all right. Let me turn down my TV sound. Oh, I don't get to walk around. Oh god, I don't like this. Okay, so this is, I'm guessing, the start of this.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
Okay, so this is the house here. It's this weird thing, I don't know. And just stop saying anything.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
That is a cool mailbox.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
So yeah, what I like about this game is you have to like manually close it, so like, yeah, I can just sit here and play around with the mailbox all day. But that's not what I'm doing here. I need to hurry up and get into the game because I need to make this...
hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
So yeah, everything's really interactive.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
So yeah, it's a really nice territory around here.
Even after I inherited the house,
Not territory.
I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
There's a really, really nice background.
The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent. As if they're about to say something, but never do.
So yeah, like everything moves around and stuff, and it's really cool. gotta say, they did a wonderful job with this game. And I don't know if I remember starting from back here. Like,
The
I
house
played...
was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it. As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
Before, when I was playing this game, you would start in the
Now,
house,
as
I
a
think.
17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Ooh, this is so much cooler. They did not... This game
I
has
hoped the key
updated.
might unlock the front door. It didn't. Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
I hope I haven't given away too much information.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
Oh,
For
you're
the
awesome.
first time in years,
Oh.
I felt like I was home.
Oh my god, this place has changed so much.
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one. Like how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot.
And at least the Chinese were looking out to us. I'm sorry, I don't know if that's racist.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth. A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
Give me a minute, I'm just trying to finish up on my phone here.
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
This is the library, I'm guessing. That's where... I can't say anything.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
So yeah, I do not remember most of this. These pictures, they do look similar. But they changed a lot. These were not boarded up last time. You could enter them, but like you had to grab a key. They weren't like this.
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
Okay, I'm gonna stop talking now because I feel like I'm spoiling something.
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
Guess we're starting.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Oh.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
Okay.
Louis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
Here's guessing what the key goes to.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Okay, so here's the first room that we enter, I'm guessing. I remember this room.
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan, but I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead. I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat. The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it. Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
Yeah, that's just...
My Halloween candy was all gone.
Oh god, I don't like where this story is going already. Were you able to eat the goldfish?
I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
Thank God. No. Go back. Is there a brightness turning uppy thing? That's no, oh my God. Oh well. We just ate food, is that good enough? Or... what does it look like? Somebody's sleeping there. Okay. Now I can actually pay attention to what I'm doing. Oh, I see something.
I kept eating and eating. I ate a lot of things that night.
There's no way that was real food.
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat. I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared. Mom and Dad didn't even look at me. I jumped and I almost got her.
Okay, so what's happening here, I'm guessing, is she thinks she's a cat.
I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
What?
Rabbits. I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up,
Ew.
and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger. A mama rabbit.
I don't want to do this.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
What is this game?
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever. I wanted fat, juicy seals. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
Swimming is so bad. It's worse than Battlefield 4.
Grabbed on tight. When I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed. Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere. I was big, but I moved real quiet.
Scared the shit out of me. need to turn down the sound a little bit.
Belly with a rusty, belly with a rusty, belly with a
Thought I turned off the music. I said turn off music there.
Passenger, I was still hungry. Went across the water and smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
What am I doing? Oh no. Excuse me.
I got closer and closer.
I don't like any of the sounds that this guy is making. Sounds disgusting. It's gonna make me throw up.
All my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Oh, rip.
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
How do I get out of this room? Do I have to leave through the room? Do I have to leave through the window? Like,
Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting. I can't describe it, but I felt like some part of Molly was still here. This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past.
oh, it is saved. So,
Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Pretty sure all these like pictures on the side are like real pictures that
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace.
and the wine bottle. I'm guessing that's what it is. And the mirror, that's not a mirror. Yeah, they left a lot more secrets in this game. Like,
there's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book. Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
oof, is this the swing one?
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
Man, these kids had a life. Well, before they...
I knew Grandpa
Didn't.
Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
Oof.
My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom, and he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Oof, why am I getting like serious height?
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up. Then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt.
Oof. My head is getting like serious, like...
I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother.
Oof, why is my head getting like that? Oof.
the day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Was that a boat? My brain did not like that. That hurt my head.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing. After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room. Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Dude, the way the game has like things unlock is absolutely amazing.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies. Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star. I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Oops. They left that here all this time?
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue.
Oh, I'm playing as...
She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Rick?
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
This is actually so cool. I'm not even gonna lie.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman Killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Oh!
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Picture show?
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Well, he already... she's not.
Walter, are you there?
Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And here he was. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully. She thought about abandoning Walter, but just couldn't do it. Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
He's not there.
had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Eerie tale. Love that. Did she
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Is that really what she died of? An eerie death?
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box. It's funny. All those times I played with the music box and never found the basement key.
Am I not supposed to be going this way? Well, it gave me more story when I went that way, but just in case. Yep, here it is.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara. My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin. As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of. The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
I should probably go downstairs, grab the
I wonder if that
key.
comic was right about there being a key inside the music box near the basement. Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot. I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
I don't like that I can hear the piano music still.
I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years.
Well, I'm gonna leave it here. Have a good day, guys. I'm